Hello there, morons. It's Victor King of the Morons. Here's a beer. It's a laundry video. That means you don't have to watch it. Just listen to me. Blah, 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 blah. Let me take a sip of this beer. Excuse me for gulping. First beer of the night. It is 6:54 p.m. on a Friday night. Let me tell you what happened today. Well, okay, you have to watch the beginning of this video. Sorry. But I promise this will be the only thing I show you. Except for my man boobs later. Woohoo! So this is a bottle of sake that one of my students gave me today. One of my students is a she travels all around the world representing the Japanese coaching. What do you call it? Japanese basketball association. She helps coach teenage kids, and they're champions. They're all they're Olympians. How do you open this? And she's always going around the world, and for some reason, because of something, they have to present her. They have to introduce her or something, and so they want her resume. So she came to the class today. Well, she came to school and she's like, "Help me!" She's an old loyal student, and she's like, "Help me with the resume." And she pretty much had it done, but there are a few things she didn't know how to do. Anyway, this is from Akita-ken. This is what the box looks like. It's kind of cool. There's the box. It's empty now. Right. Japanese are very good at packing things. Packing made in China. Just kidding. Actually, I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised though. But rice, oh, a little English on the side. Rice and water. Asami Shuzo Company was established in 1917. Soko Kakizaki, the founder of our company. That's a terrible name, Soko, because it also means like warehouse or closet or storehouse. The founder of our company named the brand Ama Noto. Ama means, I would say, maybe sweet. I don't know what noto means. It's in English, so it's hard. I'm trying to see the kanji in my head. Inspired by an old poem. Oh, okay, based on a Japanese myth. Amanoto means heaven's door. Completely different. Oh, of course, ama. Ama kudari. Ama, okay. Ama means heaven's door, which is symbolized by the magatama. Magatama. A stone used for a necklace. Tama means ball sometimes. Like kintama means balls, big balls. A stone used, I had to bring genitalia right into the beginning of the conversation. A stone used for a necklace in the myth, pictured on our label. There's a stone here? Pictured on our label? Huh. Apparently there's a picture of a stone here. Oh, it says in English there, heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven. Is that right? Heaven's door? Is that right? Right? Okay. Someone tell me. That's right. Akita Shu Kochima 40. Look, nice plastic wrapping. What's the proof on this? This is his osusume. It should be osusume ondo. The suggested room temperature is, keep it cold. That's best. But you can keep it normal too. So I'll put this in the fridge and then try it then. It is, what's the alcohol percentage on this baby? 40%. Wow. Oh no, 17% alcohol. So it's like a double zero, strong zero. For now, I'll have to do with this beer. Okay, today, answering some of your stupid questions, as you can see by the title, you no longer have to look at my ugly mug. I've been told I got a face for radio. No problems there. The first thing, I'm an intelligent internet. I'm an experienced, not intelligent. I'm a moron. But I am experienced, as in I've been on the internet for a while, and I've seen scams come and go. So I got an email, I guess a couple of days ago. I get so many emails I can't even keep up. When did this come in? Just yesterday. Okay, a girl. I'll tell you her name. Her name is Angela, and I love the beginning. My name is Angela, and I am a moron. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway. So she says she doesn't want to sound like a mushy. This may sound like a mushy fan, BS, but you've truly inspired me to become an English teacher in Japan. Thank you very much. So it's a very well written and sincere email, and here's a short of it. Okay. She was adopted and she lives in the USA, in Oregon, and you're going to know all this soon. So, and she's adopted. Okay, she's adopted. She's Asian. But I'm assuming she was raised by either white people or black people or another ethnic group that is not Asian. I'm assuming, but maybe her parents are Asian, and maybe her adopted parents are Asian too. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think it says in here. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell. But anyway, here's the thing. She was adopted, and her her biological mother, is that the right word, is Japanese. There you go. And she recently found her. And you remember, of course, that there was the earthquake, was it 4 years ago now? I think 4 years ago almost. Oh, 3.5. And after the earthquake, of course, she must have thought, oh my God, maybe she's dead, right? Because 16,000 people died. I mean, sure, the percentage is still pretty small, but you know, you can't help but think. I mean, people thought I was dead. So she wants to meet her her mother. Okay. So I don't know how old she is. I am assuming she's 16 or 17. I guess she was adopted after a year or so. So she says after 16 years. So she's been away from her mother for 16 years. Anyway, she swears it's not a scam, and she really wants to meet her real mother and you and Tomoko. And thanks for making the videos. I'm an inspiration. She's very respectful. And the last line is, P.S. I'm actually kind of nervous, and to send this email. Don't hate me. So as you guys know, I'm not a big supporter of crowdfunding unless you are actually offering something of worth, substantial worth. And apparently this young lady, well, she's not, but I'll be honest. You guys watch me because I'm honest, right? I hope not just because I'm good looking, not just because I, you know, get you all wet. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. That's terrible, especially if you're a guy. If I get you wet and you're a guy, you should please see a doctor. Anyway, yeah, so she wants to meet her birth mother, so she's trying to raise money, and she wants $4,000 to come visit her birth mother in Japan. It's interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to link in the description. Will be the first link. It's called GoFundMe.com/after. So even if you're not watching or look at the links, you can find it easier. GoFundMe.com/after. Check it out. She's just put it up 2 days ago, and she has it's created August 5th. How long do these things go for? I don't. Is this? It's a GoFundMe page. Are those? Is there a time limit on those things? I have no idea. And she has a reward level of $1,000, and you receive a souvenir. So, no one has donated any money yet. But it is, you have to admit, it is a bit of a compelling story. I would say, Angela, that I like your story. I mean, I want to believe you. I want to believe it's true. And I'm kind of prone to believe it's true. But if you made videos about this, it would be easier to believe. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your story. And I think, I don't know about you guys. Are you interested in this? Is this an interesting story? If she made videos before telling us this, first one video telling us the whole story, proving first of all that it's true, and then, you know, she collects the money, and it doesn't have to be one video, it can be a few videos. She says she's been studying Japanese for a while. She's been in some immersion school. So you might inspire people to donate money. I think just a photograph, I'm looking at your page, your GoFundMe page, just a photograph. Not that compelling, but it is an interesting story. Very short. I got to tell you, you cut to the chase. You know, it's very short, which is good. You know, so good luck with that. That's all I can say. I would say to anyone watching this, if you have any recommendations or, yeah, what do you guys think? Am I jaded to tend not to believe her? Though I do. Though I think it's true. But yeah, you know. Also, her reward is just if you send $1,000, you get a souvenir. I would say anyone who sends you, I would raise the award, and I would also make videos. How about that? Yeah, start making videos first to talk about it, or even on your iPhone, whatever's fine, and then say something like if you send $20 or something, you'll send them a postcard, and then if you send, then I don't know after that, but. I can't really see what would you give people? I don't know. Postcards. Thank you. But a souvenir is for $1,000. Seems kind of expensive. Anyway, good luck with that. That's the first video out of the way. I have many more. The next video is kind of an interesting one. It's from a guy who's been watching me for 3 years, and actually he won some kind of a contest I did 3 years ago, or a couple years ago. And I sent him a magazine, and he's got an interesting question. He says he's coming to Japan for on an exchange program soon, and he wants to ask me something. My sister has a leg shorter than the other, and has to use a shoe with lifts, and she is self-conscious with the fact that she may have to take off her shoes at certain places. Ah, I see. Do you think it would be okay for her to use disposable shoe covers instead of taking them off? Would people be offended or ask why she's taking off her shoes? I really appreciate your help. There is a user on YouTube, a J vlogger named Michael Peckett, who is, I think it's okay to say he's a self-proclaimed expert on being handicapped in Japan. Generally speaking, Japan has a reputation, I'll keep this brief, of not being open to people who are handicapped. As in, in the old days, they kind of looked at him like it was a big shame and people hid it. But nowadays, you see many more people out there walking around, getting around on wheelchairs, all over the place. So it's not, I don't know how bad it is now. It's not as bad as it used to be, I think. I see people walking around even alone. Moving around even alone. Michael Peckett has some interesting stories that I'd rather not share here because he's shared them on Facebook, but I'm not sure if they're open to the public. But some not so pleasant experiences. Though he does have a blog. I think I'll try to find that and link it in the description. My instinct would be, yes, you should take off your shoes, even if you got like one, I don't know what to call it, a disabled foot, handicapped foot, a short foot, let's call it a short foot. Even if one of your feet is shorter than the other, I would say take it off. That would be my my gut feeling there. Okay, so on with that one. Let's see what is next. I got a lot of emails from people who want me to join their networks. That's funny. Okay, a guy named Marius Me, who featured me in his blog. He's got a blog named xpnowhere.com, and he writes about Japan and things there. You guys can check it out if you want. It looks okay. I don't know. It looks simple. I mean, in a good way. Easy to navigate. I'm just going through the questions here, trying to answer your questions here. Okay, here's another one. People who want to make me t-shirts. Oh yes, Matthew sent me a design. I kind of like it, but it's kind of dark. A lot of people are sending me designs. I am working on that, as in I haven't let that go. I hope to have a store ready soon, and I will show you. People are sending me their designs, which I really do appreciate. I've been really bad about answering them. I get home and I've been excuses, but anyway. But yeah, if you do have a great idea for the t-shirt for me, please submit them. I have some coming up that I'm working hard to make t-shirts that I think you guys will really enjoy. And I'm not real comfortable with my brand. Oh, Victor, that's my wife. Just a minute. Hey baby, it's gimmeabreakman. I'm on YouTube right now. What's up? Tell everybody how much you love me. I'm at home in front of the computer. Tell everyone how much you love me. She said totemo, 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 totemo. That's it? Kirai. Okay. What do you want to do? Meet? We're going to meet now? Ato nanpun? Okay, I'll see you then. I'm already drinking. Alright, bye. I gotta go to the Nepalese restaurant in 10 minutes, so I have to cut this short. But I'll be back, and you won't even know because this is a video and the way videos work. Oh yeah, let me educate some of you idiots. Idiots, not morons. Morons, you're my level. Remember, idiots are lower than morons. You see me drink on camera. Doesn't mean I'm drunk all the time. All right, this is my first drink today. I'm gonna go to a restaurant now. I'm not gonna have a drink at the restaurant. I'm just having one now because I got home. I'm enjoying it. And that's what I do for you. I drink in front of the camera for you. But I made 3 videos last month, 3 days apart, and people are like, I'm worried about your drinking. I got a wife for that. That's not your job, all right? That position has been filled. We're not taking any more applications. All right, you don't have to worry about my drinking problem or my drinking problem is I can't get enough alcohol. That's my problem. My drinking problem is I'm not allowed to drink as much as I would like to drink because I'm a responsible human being. Though I got to tell you, I have seen like English teachers at convenience stores in the middle of the day downing huge strong zeros. And I'm like, where do they work? Is it ECC or Eon? You know, one of those big schools. But anyway, yeah, and like the other day I made 3 videos on the same day, but uploaded them days apart. It was like when I was down in the dumps like a month ago. And people are like, oh my God, you're so depressed. You're still depressed. Like it was all shot the same day. It's not like it's not like a clinical depression or a medical condition. I was just down one day. But it's funny. The things that you guys make me think of. Like someone wrote, oh, I'm sure it's because your dog died. I'm like, no, it's not because of my dog. I mean, that really bummed me out. I was really sad, but I didn't fall into a deep depression because of my dog. Though I guess some people could. I guess it's possible. You know, you hear about people who, you know, their wives or husbands died, and you know, where the red fern grows. You guys read that, right? The dog died, and the other dog died because he was so sad. So I guess it does happen. Even though I loved Maggie, do you hear me? I burped. I did love that little bitch. Oh, Maggie. I did love my dog, but she's still alive in my memories. I can still feel her little paws on my leg as I rode my motorcycle down the street, right? And she stared out with the wind in her face. Towards the end, though, she was like, that's enough wind. That's enough. I don't need any more. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back soon to continue this. I'm going to go get some dinner. Talk to you soon. Hello there, morons. It's Victor. I'm back. Wow. I've got the lights out here. How does that look? Does that look okay? Well, you're not supposed to be looking at this anyway, so what does it matter? I can just talk in the dark, right? Let me get my mic stand here and prepare that. That's better, right? A little bit better. I guess I should plug in a light here. Let me see. Plug in a light here for you. Or I use my lamp. There we go. Is that better? Okay. Okay, let's get back to the question and answer. I'm gonna switch over to Facebook, where some people have sent me some questions that I think are interesting. I know I haven't answered a lot of questions in the past, like months and months, and maybe even years ago. But if you do send me a question, I don't get to it, just send it to me again. All right. Remember, the squeaky wheel gets the oil or grease or whatever, or the lube. Before we start, a bit of a nightcap. It's 1:15 a.m. now. Tomorrow, Saturday. First question comes from, I won't say his name, he might not want me to say, but he wants to know when we're going to start sending the t-shirts out. If you did buy one of the 2.5 Oyaji t-shirts, then yeah, those t-shirts will be going out, let's see, soon. I think any day now. I think that it ended like 2 days ago, so I guess they start shipping within a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. You should get them within a week or so. Let me know if you start getting them, okay? About 40 people bought them, so great. Anyway, okay, next question is much more interesting. Next question comes from a man named, I won't say his name, but this is the question. It's about a romance, and you know what? Here's the truth. I'm actually quite qualified to talk about this romance and stuff like that. I got married at I think 39 or 40, so I waited a long time, and I've had a lot of relationships. I've been serial monogamous for most of my life, though at times I dated more than one girl at one time. Though everyone knew what was happening. You know, it wasn't a secret. It was like, look, I'm not. It was one. You know, I was very honest. Like, I'm not going to just date you. I'm gonna date other women too, and everyone knew. So there's no problem. Of course, there was a problem, but yeah, it was bullshit. Anyway, that never ends well. Okay, so here's the question. Anyway, here's the point. I have a heart. It's been broken, But I've been with a lot of people, and I am compassionate, but I also suffer from having a penis, which, whoops, shit, which, you know, men are often controlled by their penises. Fortunately, I'm not. I think I'm beyond that. But anyway, here's the question. So I've been dating an older Japanese girl for about a year. She's 39 and I'm 31. She wants to get more serious. She wants to move in together and the whole 9 yards. I can see this quickly progressing to marriage, but I'm not really ready to do anything like that, and I've only been in Japan for 2 years. I speak Japanese, not great, and she speaks no English. Is this a disaster waiting to happen if she moves in? I feel like breaking it off is doing the right thing because I know things will just get sour, but she seems to actually love me. Am I being retarded by throwing away the chance for a great wife? Any input would be greatly appreciated. You guys like me because I'm honest. Run. Break up with her and run. Of course, I don't know anything about these people, so I really have no right to give advice regarding this particular situation. So I can only speak in generalities. So, of course, what I'm about to say is probably... yeah, it's completely. I'm shooting in the dark, right? I'm speaking from experience, but generally speaking, the majority of Western men that I've met, who, and you can look online for this. There are tons of what do you call it, blogs about this. But Gaijin men who get married to Japanese women, often, and I think everyone knows this joke. This is an international joke, but women eat that magical cake on their wedding day and they stop having sex. This is the common complaint with Western men. That's one thing, okay? So you've got that to look forward to. Now, I'm not going to talk about my own personal situation because that's not the question, right? But I will, I will say this is not true for everyone, but it is true for many, and many men have told me this. Many of my friends have told me this. Okay, now, the other thing is she's 39. Now, this, unless she's had a hysterectomy or she's a career woman, and I don't mean that to be insulting. If she, if she can have children or she doesn't want children for some reason, then you're safe. But most likely she wants children immediately. Now, if you're 31, you've got a solid job, and you think you're ready to handle that responsibility, go for it. One thing I guess I do regret is waiting so long. My wife and I don't have children yet, so I think that day will come. But I'll, when I'm, let's say we had children like tomorrow, I'd be in my late 60s when they graduated. No, I wouldn't. I would be mid 60s when they graduated high school. I wouldn't get to toss the old ball around, the old pigskin kind of stuff. You want to see your kids, of course. In my imagination, in my alternate future, parallel future, he's a boy, right? But could be a girl, whatever. Anyway, the point is, it would be nice to be young when your kids are young. So I see, I see friends of mine who are my age and have kids that are, already in college, which is just amazing. But my friends are that age. Like I hang out with people. Something's wrong with me, right? I hang out with people who could actually be my children, but we get along fine. We see each other as equals, which is probably a bad thing, right? Well, whatever. I'm just going to believe there's mutual respect there, but yeah, so that's cool. So it's good to have children young if you can, but in this case, you're 31. You're an English. I'm assuming you're an English teacher. You've been here for 2 years. I'm assuming you just came over. Maybe not. But are you ready? Are you ready to have kids? Because that's probably the next step. And yeah, no matter how great your sex life is right now, when I got to tell you, a single sex life in Japan are pretty damn good. But after you get married, who knows what's going to happen? No guarantees. That's what I would say. The other thing is she speaks no English. So is she going to meet your parents? Because at least with my wife, she didn't really speak English. She never really spoke English with me. But she could hear, she could understand, and she can speak English, and she speaks English with my parents, and I made sure to practice a lot with her, speak English with her all the time, so that when she did meet my parents years ago, she could communicate with them, and she can understand and communicate with pretty much everyone. she doesn't understand, of course, little nuances, and she probably doesn't understand words like camel toe or things like that, but we'll get to that later. Remind me, okay? I'm watching this video. Say, hey, Victor, get back to camel toe. Anyway, I would say run away. You know, 9, and the other thing is the age difference. I know a guy who married someone. Here's the thing: Japanese women look great when even in their 30s. And I'll tell you a little secret, okay? When I was 23, I had a girlfriend who was 36, Japanese woman, divorced. Hot, looks great, okay? And she was what, 12 years? What was that? 13 years older than me, okay? But in my mind, I was like, wow, you look great because even though you're so old. But now, like 36, that would be like a hottie, right? But she's 39, right? And it's, yeah, I mean, they'll age, you know. I did run into the old girlfriend, and I got to tell you, she put on a lot of weight, and I can't even imagine that relationship anymore, you know. There's no chance that old flame is going to be rekindled, at least on a chemical level. So yeah, I would run away. Also, the language. You got the language difference. You got the pressure of having children. The money problems. On the other side, the other side of the coin is if she's got money and she's got a house and she's got everything set up. And now that's not what happened in my case. Though some hater once accused me of marrying for money. And I told Yoko, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny." Oh, because we're doing okay, but we've built our life together, right? And now we have a house and things like that. So we're doing okay, and we got insurance up because we got a pretty stable life, which is important. So if you think that you're going to marry into something stable and it's going to give you some stability in life and you want that, then that's also a reason to marry her. Because getting married is not just about, you know what they say, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? It isn't really about getting the milk. It isn't about sex, right? It's about wanting to be with someone forever. Even if you're not ever going to have sex again, which is really, I mean, we joke about that. Oh, you're never going to have sex again. You're married, right? But actually, the point is, if you're okay with that, and you just want to be together because you love each other, then yeah, go for it. But if you think it's going to be this great romantic, Titanic type of before he dies type of relationship, then maybe it's not a good idea. And in the end, being able to communicate and understand each other and appreciate the same things is kind of a good thing, right? And at least in my case, I can speak Japanese pretty well, and she can speak English pretty well, so it's a little bit different. But in your case, it looks like you have more mountains. But again, in the end, true love conquers all, they say. So if you believe that, then go for it. But looking at that small email that I've gotten on Facebook, run for the hills would be my advice. Okay, done with that one. Okay, let's see. I don't think I have any more. Oh, a couple other things about Facebook. Yeah, here's some sad news. I did a video with 2.5 Oyajis with Hiko Simon, and we featured a guy named, where is he? I was just looking at an email from him. Where the hell is he? Chris Crocker, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, Kevin Crocker. And he closed his channel down, and that's a bummer. I got to tell you, I'm bummed. I am bummed that happened. Yeah. So, I mean, we thought, you were doing, I guess we didn't throw him enough subs, or for whatever reason, he just killed his channel. I don't understand why people do that, but again, all I can say is I don't understand. I'm disappointed. I hate to see people kind of give up like that. His videos were good, and now it's closed. And he said he made some excuse about how, the people he makes videos with are too busy, and anyway. So yeah, so that's another bad news there. Okay, let's get to another message. We're going to go to a message that comes on my in my comment box. Actually, this is one that I get quite a bit, and it kind of annoys me. The question is, what the hell is the question? The question is, what is my nationality? So I'll try to find you the actual quote. And I'm annoyed by this question because I hear something I don't get, and I'm kind of addressing everybody here because a lot of you human beings, you strange creatures, you identify yourselves, you know, by your nationality. So I get this question from Carolina Dalton on a couple. She left it on like 2 different videos. Oh, Victor, are you half Colombian or Peruvian or Italian or what? Are you half American? I'm American. I'm not half American. I'm American. I'm pure American, okay? Because that's a nationality and it's the way I identify myself. I'm not Mexican. I joke I'm Mexican. I'm not at all Mexican. There's nothing wrong with being Mexican, you know. Just like there's nothing wrong with being gay. It's fine if you're Mexican. Did you know that Louis C.K. is half Mexican, by the way? I thought it was interesting. I found that out yesterday. Pretty interesting. Why is that interesting? God, I'm a hypocrite for thinking that's interesting. I just didn't know he spoke Spanish. I just can't imagine him speaking Spanish. And yeah, okay, because he's white. Okay, but anyway. So I get like this Carolina chick, she's like interested in this. And she's very nice. But she seems to want to identify maybe with me on that note. I don't know why. So I don't understand you guys out there who identify yourselves with a group, whether it be Irish or black or Asian or Hispanic, whatever the hell it is. You know, I'm from this, you know, so what? You had no choice. You were born into that. How can you be proud? How can you even, you know, how can you identify yourself as that and you belong to a group? I know it's fun to belong to a group, but shouldn't it be a group that you chose, not that you were born into, like born into slavery? You're born into that identification, into that definition. You were born Irish. And like another thing, people in Japan, someone in Japan, someone I liked the other day, actually, someone who I'm friends with said, oh, I was born in the north, so I don't like hot weather, right? And Japanese will do that. They'll like blame shit, like, oh, I was born in the south, so I can't, I'm no good in, I can't go to Hokkaido because it's too cold up there, you know? I can't stand cold weather. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. I think. You think Hawaiian people can't live in Alaska? I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? What do you guys think? Why are people obsessed with where I'm from? Who the fuck cares? I'm American. That's the way I identify myself. If you want to know all the other shit, okay, I'll tell you. But I think it's petty. Arabic. My grandmother's last name is Arabic. It's actually, I looked it up. It's like some city. It's the name of the city where Muhammad was from. Allah's God, right? Muhammad is a prophet. Oh, what an ignorant bastard I am. Oh, and I swore, I swore. Sorry. I just said the F word. Who cares? Okay, so, yeah. So my grandmother has obviously got Arabic blood in her, right? So she had an Arab in her once. Woohoo! My grandmother on my father's side is half German. All right? There's a really weird group in the Amazon jungle in Peru where these German settlers came and they formed their own little colony and they mixed with the local Indians, right? The Peruvian Indians. My grandmother's Peruvian, was Peruvian Indian. Half Peruvian Indian, half German. But culturally, she was pure Peruvian Indian. She just happened to, her father used to have or her father or mother, I don't even know, was German. I don't know anything about her mother, my great-grandmother. But, and my last name is Italian, right? And on my mother's side, we have Spanish. So we have, I think the story goes, I guess an Arab person went to Italy, got an Italian name, or got married with an Italian. Then they moved to Spain. Then they moved to Peru. So I've got German, Italian, right? All the fascist countries. German, Italian, Spanish, Peruvian Indian, and Arabic blood in me. So what? So now you all identify me. Oh, Vic, I'm just like you. I got a little bit of this in me. Who cares? Get over it. It bugs me. Okay, so there's that question answered. And Caroline, I don't mean to pounce on you, but yeah, okay. Speaking of pouncing on people, so I put up an unedited video the other day. It was called Japan's World Cosplay Summit at Night, and it's got 2 days old, and it's got like 10,000 views, doing pretty well. But I got one comment on it that annoyed me, and the comment was, what the hell is it? Something about way to teach them about camel toe. Yeah. So Kaz, for some reason we were talking about camel toe. Who was it? I think Gary, maybe. I don't remember. Who, I don't. You watch the video and tell me all the details. I don't have. Don't make me watch my own video. So Gary was. We were talking to Gary, and for some reason, camel toe. The topic of camel toe came up, and of course, the girls didn't understand what camel toe was, or why should they, right? I mean, so we explained to them, what camel toe was, and we were joking about it, right? So someone made a comment about how I'm way to teach camel toe, and it's the same as teaching women to be ashamed of themselves, or some shit. Like, really, that's what you got out of that? I don't get that. So, teaching people slang. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm an English teacher. I teach people what people say. And I teach movies, and if you teach movies, you have to teach the humor and jokes. You have to teach stereotypes, and you have to teach culturalisms. You might call it racism. You might call it, okay, oh, why did she say, okay, if you watch, I taught the movie Crash, right? And in the movie Crash, one of the opening scenes, they make fun, a Hispanic woman, I think, gets in a car accident with an old Asian woman, and she makes some crack about Asians not being able to drive. And I've got to explain that. And I've got to explain woman driver, why women drivers have a bad reputation, or not why, but that the fact that they do. Women drivers have a bad reputation. That is a fact. Not that they are bad drivers. I'm saying the reputation exists. It's undeniable. If you Google women drivers on Google, on the image section, you'll get tons of people who've made these jokes, right? I haven't tried Googling Asian drivers. Let's try that right now. Asian drivers. And images, yes, there we go. Tons of images. Female Asian drivers. Change lanes now. Good luck to everyone else, right? Asian drivers, tons of these jokes. There you go. So I have to teach those kind of things. And camel toe is also something. It's a cultural, it exists. It's part of our. Oh wow. Googling camel toe is a lot more fun. Let me tell you. Not safe for work, needless to say. Wow. By the way, the opposite of the male equivalent of camel toe is frog eyes, I believe. Which the first time I couldn't imagine what that was at first, frog eyes, but apparently it's imagine the testicles being pushed up against the material of your shorts or whatever, and they appear to be eyeballs. Like the frog's eyes are sticking out. So there you go. You learned something new. There you go. A little information for you. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Enough questions answered. T-shirts. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will render and upload this is another one of those laundry vlogs. So if you get to the end, let me ask. Okay, how about here's a good one. Put in your favorite slang for genitalia. There you go. And it can be cute, right? Or anything related to that. For example, bumping uglies, which I think is really a funny expression. They are bumping uglies. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.